I'm Nicholas Smith, Creative Director at Listen Farm to Fashion Hair Care. As a woman-owned company, our approach to hair care is just a little bit different. We believe an excellent hairstyle begins with how you take care of your hair at home. Honestly, I can't give you the look you want and deserve unless your hair is in great shape. That's why I recommend beginning with Listen.
Keep your hair color from fading by starting with Champagne Fresh Shampoo and Clean Conditioning Balm. Our companion keratins, derived from sheep wool, is a two-sized molecule. The largest surrounds the outside of the hair to protect, while the smaller size protein enters the hair strand to add strength. And the result is fresh, shiny hair.
Caitlin, during our consultation, we discussed what your concerns were with your hair. And one of the ones was to duplicate what we do in the salon.
Yes.
And part of that is going to be starting with the right products. And what we'd like to do is start with a little bit of All You Need Styling Elixir. And the elixir has a great consistency to it. And this is going to be the foundation for your hairstyle.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do, you can just take a look at that. I'm going to apply. With this, I'm going to start almost towards the scalp, but not quite at the root. And we're going to really try to work it in. If you're at home, you want to concentrate on not just keeping it at the scalp, but working it down.
Okay.
If you have a wide tooth comb, you could take the comb and you can help distribute the product through evenly through the hair.
Okay. So I start at the top.
Start at the top, work your way down.
Okay.
And what you're going to find is you're going to get a little bit more consistency through the hair. You're not going to have any product pockets in the hair. After we do that, we want to use a little bit of the hair and body oil. Hair and body oil is such a diverse product where you can utilize it for your skin. You can use it to even help remove makeup, but this also helps fight humidity and gets moisture in the hair. We're going to take about 1 to 2 pumps of this, and you can take a look at that. We're also going to work it through the hair mid-strand to ends. We're not going to go up toward the root with this.
Okay.
And again, you can follow through with your wide tooth comb to ensure even distribution.
Okay.
Do you have problems getting volume in your hair at all?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Okay. So if we're going to be looking at that, we want to add just a little bit more foundation to the hair.
Okay.
So with that, we're going to work in our Restyle Flexible Styling Mist.
Okay.
What this does is it helps give you a little bit of heat protection, but it'll also give you some volume at the root.
Okay.
So we're just going to spray a few sprays throughout. You can even flip your head over if you're at home.
Okay.
Notice the way it sprays out the mist. It's designed to help spread evenly on the hair. So it's not going to give you another, what we call product pocket in the hair. So after you have the product distributed through the hair, you want to take your blow dryer. Depending on where you're at, we want to do a rough blow dry at the scalp. That's where we want to get the lift. If your hair is growing in one direction and you want that volume, you want to blow dry the hair opposite of the direction that it's going to be growing. If the hair is growing back, you have a colic, you want to blow dry opposite of the colic. And you want to kind of work in what we call shaky circles in the hair. So as you turn it on, you just want to work it into the root and give it some nice lift and movement. Once there's adequate moisture taken out of the scalp area, you want to then work on your sectioning.
Okay.
Kind of following the routine that I do when I'm blow drying your hair. You want to think of the hair in different sections, in different quadrants. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with maybe your most troubled area first. What part do you have a hard time with in the front, maybe holding a little bit of volume, or if you have a little colic, that's the part that you want to go with. So I remember during our consultation, you said your front part of the hair had a tendency to kind of curl on you. So that's the part that we're going to approach first. When you take your section, you want to keep in mind, you don't want the diameter of the section to be wider than your brush.
Okay.
So in other words, if it's wider than the brush, you're going to get drag. We're looking for volume in the hair.
Okay.
At home, a lot of times what we think or we're going to do when we blow dry, we feel like we're going to wrap it all the way up and we're going to get it tangled. So what I recommend is to come in mid-strand and then wrap it around the brush instead of wrapping the brush around the hair.
Okay.
So we take the section that you're looking for, and you want to determine the amount of volume you want. And when you're getting that volume, it's either you over direct the hair or you let it drag. So if we just were to take your hair, put it in, and you want volume, you're not achieving any volume at that base. What you want to do is you want to hold the hair up a little bit higher, wrap it around the brush, and then bring it down. And then what you're going to have is a little bit more volume.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you that right here. You want to make sure you use a condenser on the end of your blow dryer. It helps protect your hair from the heat, but it also helps give you control. Okay, Caitlin, so after we rough blow dry, we want to section your hair out.
Okay.
What I've done is we've just taken some random sections. We weren't looking for something super particular, but we wanted to just to get the hair up in sections, basically following the same kind of routine when I blow dry your hair in the salon. When you grab your section, you want to make sure that the section is not wider than the diameter of the brush. As you have that section, you want to grab. A lot of times we're really afraid to get it all tangled up. You know, I always hear, if this was me at home, I'd have a brush stuck in my hair. But what I want you to do is concentrate and maybe wrap the hair around the brush instead of the brush around the hair. At that point, you want to take your blow dryer with the condenser on it, and you want to start to blow dry the hair on medium.
Okay.
You want to set that section on there. At this point, you don't want to have the brush sitting directly on the hair without moving it. You want to keep in mind, because the hair has been mostly dried, you're going to be able to blow dry the hair a little bit more quickly, and you're not going to have to keep stretching and working the same way that we do in the salon. What I did here at the end is I added just a little bit of a cool shot. If you're looking to make the style last a little bit longer, we can roll it and we can clip it and hold it in there. But today we're just going to go for just a little bit more of a softer look.
Okay.
I grab one more section. Keeping in mind, if we want more volume, we're going to over direct the hair, which means we're going to hold it up higher. It's going to give us more volume at the base. But if we're going to keep for more smoothness in the front, then we're going to keep it down a little bit. I'm going to go down with it and just kind of hold for more of a medium smoothness. Feel that cold shot, feel it getting a little bit cooler, and then you're just going to twist your wrist and let it come down.
Okay.
All right. As you can see, we already blew dry the right side of Caitlin's head. As I blew dry her hair, I was showing her step by step how she can recreate the same look at home. During our break, she was able to blow dry these two sections on top. This is our last one remaining. We're going to go in. I want you to keep in mind a couple things. A, the direction of the hair. Do we want it to have maximum volume? Or are we going to kind of go with maybe a little bit smoothness with curl on the end? We're looking for a little bit more smoothness curl on the end, so we're not going to elevate it quite as high. I'm going to give Caitlin the brush here. And just like we did earlier, we're going to have you apply that right on there. Excellent. Notice she's wrapping the hair around the brush, not taking the brush around the hair. And then we're going to go with medium to low heat on the blow dryer along with the condenser. Notice she's keeping it not right on top of it, but we can bring it in just a little bit closer. And then work it all the way around, all the way up, and then all the way down around that barrel of the brush. The barrel of the brush helps as well when it's metal. It helps keep and retain the heat, but we also use in boar bristle to help smooth the hair and give it shine. Excellent. And what we want to do at the end now, I'm going to grab this from you. Thank you. At the end, we want to hit it with a cold shot, which Caitlin did right at the very end. By letting it cool, it helps the cuticle to seal and shut, and it helps the hair contract around the brush. Let that set. All right, and let's see how you pull it out. Notice she's keeping the tension on the hair, keeping the smoothness on it. And what you want to do then is just give it a little curl. And we don't want to run our hands through it right away because we want that curl to set just the way we blow dry it in. We're going to pull out these last two. We can just use bobby pins at home, or if you have hair clips. But you can see this one had some time to set. Look at the amazing wave as it sat, and it gave us some nice definition, but you can also smooth it out just the same way. How's that feeling for you?
Great. Love it.
Awesome. What we want to do at this point then is just kind of determine if we want a little bit of softness and shine to help with the flyaways. I'm going to take a little bit of the Hair and Body Perfect Finish oil. I might give you a little bit as well. I'll take your brush from you if you don't mind. Thank you. And when we apply it, I'd like you to flip your head over and concentrate on your ends. Excellent. Can't be a hairdresser and not run your hands through somebody else's hair, especially when you got a chance to do it. All right, flip it all the way back. Beautiful. It's really important for us as stylists to listen to our guests, to listen to their needs, and it's also important for our guests to be able to question us and us be open about what, their hair needs are. Just remember, your best self begins with Listen Professional products because you are a professional.